So, with grief and loss, 5 things that you can do: work with a therapist because grief can completely pull the rug out from under us. So, work with a therapist. And if needed, if it moves into depression, if your grief and loss result in depression, you may need medication. So, be willing to explore these options and work with a psych nurse if you're going to be doing any medication because they're the best people for prescribing, or psychiatrist, but a psych nurse. Psychiatrists are very expensive and often hard to get into. Work with a psych nurse. That's something I wish I had done with my daughter. She was on a list to be seen by a psychiatrist, and would have seen one within 2 weeks. We had been waiting for a few months, and she would have seen one within 2 weeks of her death. So I wish I had reached out to a psych nurse. I did not know this. So if you're struggling, reach out to a psych nurse, and and they'll help you. Um, Even if it's, and see, it can be temporary, even if it's just to get through this time, right? Especially with new grief and loss or with traumatic grief and loss. So if it's complicated in any way, that just makes it more difficult and harder to move through. So medication can often be a helpful support with that. Spend time in the cave of safety. When we lose someone that is very important to us, it can really just shatter our sense of place in life and in the world. It can lead to feeling very unsafe, right? If this person was part of your identity, part of your stability, it just can lead to feeling unsafe. And there's just so much pain when we lose someone. And spending time in the cave of safety is just another layer of safety. It's this womb of comfort, this sanctuary of security and of peace and of solace. And connecting with seeing yourself getting through it, right? Moving through the grief and the loss. When you connect with wise old you in the cave of safety, you're connecting with a part of you and strengthening a part of you that believes that you can get through it, no matter how difficult it is. And the cave of safety is also where we can just do that grief work, right? We can receive the love, the support, the understanding, just unconditionally in this space. And so spend time there. It can help greatly. Just at least be a balm and a safe space to give your heart and your mind some comfort and some solace. Learn about the vagus nerve and the nervous system when we go through intense things that can impact our regulation. And so when we're dysregulated, right, we can often be fluctuating either into the hyper arousal, the fight and flight, or collapsing into the hypo, the freeze. And so learning about those, learning about the vagus nerve, how it sends information, how it can be a guide to know which state you're in. So learn about those too, because learning about them is helpful so that then you can learn tools for shifting that state when you need to. Practice focus and open heart meditations or brain exercises, whatever way works for you. Focus is a profound tool for increasing our brain waves, for stabilizing our mind, and for interrupting when our amygdala is screaming or whispering the danger. And often when we lose someone close to us, we can just kind of feel like we're falling through the unknown, right? It can completely dismantle our world. And so being able to interrupt when you're noticing that signal that the distress is, the alarm is raging through the body and the mind, focus is the key for interrupting that as well. Open heart practices when we're going through grief and loss help weave us into life now, right, with the people we love. You can do work with the one you lost in open heart practices as well. I strongly encourage, like, that can be helpful, but it's really important to weave yourself and to focus on the connections with people who are living, people who give us love and support, people who are caring about us as we're going through this process. And so you want to focus on those people, right, with open heart practices, because they will strengthen your feeling of being still tethered to the world, and it'll help you feel more grounded as you're going through this. And spend time in nature. Nature is a wonderful balm for grief and loss. Just being in it, walking in it, spending time just sitting in it. It's like the Japanese have forest bathing. Um, Practice this. Just go sit in nature and just soak it in. Feel it just helping. And connect with others, because connecting with those people that we bring into our open heart practices, the people who are living and who love us and care about us and value us, spend time connecting with them. Talk with them often. Do things with them if you can. And remember that distance, we can bridge distance because we have phones and internet. It can help us feel closer in proximity when we have distance, physical distance between us. So connect with all of those, and practicing those tools will help you through your own journey through grief and loss. And remember that you can get through this, no matter how hard or awful. You can. And connecting with the parts of you that can will be helpful, and connecting with the people who are there to love you and support you through that process will be crucial.